Hello everybody and welcome to Don's Loves Ball. This is a match reaction for Man United versus Leicester. Man United won, Leicester won. In what should have been 2-1 to Leicester, but I mean, can I just say two things? This camera quality is pretty shit, but it's not as shit as the performance I saw today. I mean, today you might as well. It's like we put dead batteries inside a DSTV remote. It's like, I've said to so many Man United fans, over the last 6 months, you cannot expect a turd to go down the toilet if your toilet does not work. You need to flush the damn turd. Otherwise, the whole room is going to stink. And that's exactly what is happening at Manchester United. We have a bunch of turds, which are the players, some people might say the board and even the owners, but, currently in this moment in time, the players, because, I mean, look, we have a shit ownership and everything, but I do not blame them for us dropping points to Burnley, Aston Villa, Southampton, Leicester today, going out the Champions League. Yes, they do have some fault in it, but really, 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 really. And you know what the current theme is in all these games is that we look like anyone could beat us 3 or 4 or 5-0. Look, ever since Ragnick took over, it's not as bad as how it was under Oli, where we could have looked like we would have lost 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7-0. But we just, like it's so simple. Like, I'm not even gonna come and rage and all that stuff because I think you've watched so many match reactions of mine to realize that United are shit. But let me just simplify it like this, because there's still people out there that somehow think that no, it's the manager and all that stuff. I mean, these players, we've not bought in a player, you know, since Ragnar came in. He was refused to have been given players in the January transfer window. These are the same players and the same squad exactly that were there under Oli and that is still here now. I don't expect a huge change, but what do you call it when a set of players who have not left a club has been under two different managers and yet we've still been shite? It's the players. It's the players. It's glaringly obvious that these players are not good enough. But I'm very chilled about it because after that, I mean, my season or Man United's season actually ended against Atletico Madrid 2 weeks ago. Really, so I'm at that point where when Arsenal were eighth in the league last season and they got out the Europa League, or they went out the Europa League against Villarreal. I'm at that point where it's just like, what, I'm just watching football because I'm watching football because it's in Man United, and obviously I want to watch United. And can I just say, I mean, forget the top four race. Even if we do make top four, it's still a shit season because we should be making top four with the squad. But look, we're not going to make top four with the squad as far as it stands. We are 4 points or 3 points, I'm not really sure, but we are 4 or 3 points behind Arsenal, who are in fourth place. I think we're still sixth. They've got a game in hand on us. We are in a position where we cannot drop points, and yet we're dropping points. And can I just say, like, I laughed at the beginning of the second half when they showed a stat about Ronaldo, and you know how the English media or certain fans in the fan base are going on that Ronaldo is the problem in the football club, when they showed a stat that Man United have not won a game without him, in the team. Now, so if you exclude Ronaldo out the team, we've lost. Well, we've not lost, but we've not won a game. We've drawn like four, or today, if you include today's game, we've drawn five and we've lost one. And yet Ronaldo is the problem. For months, people are trying to make it seem like Ronaldo is the problem, and yet we're still shit. We're shit without him. We're still shit with him in the team, but that's not. But the thing is, a football fan would know that's not because of a striker. It's just you've got a bag of turds in the team. I mean, at the end of the day, you can. It doesn't matter how many, if you're baking a cake, it doesn't matter how good quality flour you have, how much milk you have from bloody Parmalat or wherever you get your milk from. If your eggs have gone off, which I don't know if your eggs go off, by the way, but if some ingredients in that cake goes off, it is going to be a shite cake. It doesn't matter how much flour you have or how good flour you have, or how good ingredients you put in to sweeten the cake. The cake is still going to be shit. And that's exactly what is with these players. They're just not good enough. It's so simple. You know what? I'm actually just going to do the play ratings. You know what? David Day, for me, is getting a 7 today. He stopped us from losing that game. Even though we didn't win, which is what we were supposed to do. He's getting a 7 for me today, and he's giving the man of the match because he stopped us from actually losing that game. Yes, Leicester scored, and can I just say, yeah, like I said in the beginning, Leicester should have won that game. They should have won it. We were lucky. We didn't look like we were going to create any single chance in that game at all. I think Leicester didn't really do a lot, but in their doings, they still looked more dangerous than us, even though they didn't do a lot. But we did fuck all, like especially in that second half. It's almost, and you know, let me just do it in the play rating. So David De Gea is getting a 7 for me, and he's getting man of the match. I don't care what anyone says. Full stop. Move on. And this is what I'm gonna say right now. I don't think any player is gonna get above a 6 today. The outfield players, maybe Nemanja Matic, because I mean he didn't really do a lot. Okay, people gave him a 5 or 4. I'll just give him a 6. Okay, because the game in the midfield sort of steadied out, which is what I expected. But Dalot, the left back, I'm giving him a 5. Maguire 5, Varane 5, Telles 5, McTominay 4, Fred 4, Bruno 4, Pogba 4, Elanga 5, Sancho 5, Rashford 4. I mean, I don't know why Rashford came on. I think that was really a bad substitution to make, bringing Rashford on. I mean, that game, literally, you're not getting the ball to the forwards, and yet you're bringing Rashford on, where, look, I get that Rashford has, ever since when he comes on, he scores a goal. But we're not giving ball to the forwards anyway. We're not taking care of the ball. We're not playing football that is accommodating the need for a striker or a winger. And I'm not going to really go on and say bring a player that could take care of the ball, because we don't even have that as well. The only player who we probably have that is close to that is Nemanja Matic, and he didn't do a hell of a lot today, but look, I thought Rashford did nothing when he came on, and I'm not gonna slate Rashford, but I literally had to ask people, where's Rashford, because I forgot he came on. Like, I did not realize he was on. I think we left him out like a flipping. He came on, and it's almost as if we've frozen him out like a flipping polar bear's ball sack. He did nothing. He did absolutely nothing when he came on. So I'm just gonna. Look, and Ragnick, I'll give him a 5 today, because I won't go lower than that. People saying, "Oh, we have no strikers," and like Cavani's injured. What are we supposed to do? And like, I knew this was gonna happen. Cavani's injury prone. This was always gonna like. United don't realize that they could just go into transfer markets, a website called Transfer Market. I'm pretty sure some of you guys will know it. And you could look at players' injury records, and you could see that Cavani, yes, he is a good player. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but it doesn't matter if you have a player who can play 8 out of 10, but will only be available for 40% of your games in a season. I would rather have a player in my squad who's playing 6, 7 out of 10, and he's available for 80 to 90% of the time, than have a player who can play 8 or 9 out of 10, who's only available 40% of the time. Because it doesn't matter. You don't win the league 40% out of the time in the season. Sorry, you don't. I don't care how good he is. You don't win a league, or you don't Why am I talking about winning the league? I mean, we can't even stay in the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, but basically what I'm saying is that you don't challenge for things when you have players in a team that are injury prone. But I'm not gonna go on Cavani today, because I think I'm at that point where you just like, do you really just list everything about United? I mean, if you want, just go watch all these match reactions on this YouTube channel and even on the Instagram thing, because I'm bored of saying it. It needs more than a match reaction for me to explain to you what the situation is at United. Some of you guys might know. Some of you guys probably don't give a shit. Some of you guys are laughing. Some of you guys would want to know. If you would want to know, meet up at Brooklyn Mall here in Pretoria. Let's go have a cup of coffee at Starbucks or Tasha's or Calcaccio, because it's a long conversation. Because the fact of the matter is that these players are just not good enough. Like, full stop. There doesn't need to be any. I'm probably gonna miss out some points in this match reaction because my head is all over the place. But I really, really, really am. I'm not like these other fans where I'm over this and whatever. I mean, fuck, I've seen worse than this, I mean, Van Gaal's football was shit. I mean, I've seen us finish 7th, I mean, it's not like this is the end of the world. Okay, this is the end of the world, but bloody hell, man. Like, seriously, you know, the thing that makes it worse is that now I'm watching my rivals, Liverpool. You know, they have a chance at eclipsing one of the greatest achievements that we've done in 1999, and arguably what we should have done in 2008. You know, we should have won another treble in 2008. You know, that referee in that FA Cup final was a bloody prat. But anyway, from what I heard, obviously I didn't watch the game because I was too young that time. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it there. I didn't do this live on Instagram because I just thought that, you know, I don't want to say something and then next thing it just goes off. So I think this is enough. I really think that this team, it I don't need to come on and say, this team is a waste or whatever. You know, this team's a waste, but it's just, the answer is very simple. You know, it's staring us in the face. They're just not good. You know, they're just not good enough. You know, when, you know, when I've literally watched every single game this season, and every single opponent that we play, they just look better than us. I don't think we've played a game and we have looked better, you know, than our opponent. I think every single, even Spurs, when we beat Spurs, I thought Spurs were better than us. As crazy as that sounds, I genuinely thought they were better than us. You know, we've got Everton, we've got Norwich, or we've got we. Yeah, I'm out. Like I'm peace out. Yeah.